Okay, I want to say a very big welcome to our week five market outlook. We just concluded our week four of the 52 trading weeks which we have for the year 2026. Going into the week five trading week, I have some outlook which I've actually prepared out already. And during my anonymous questions which should be thrown down to me, I received some topics which should be checked on, which I'm going to treat them up during the prospect of this video presentation. And I want you to note something. These videos are just for educational purposes alone. I don't want you to more of like, okay, because trade sticker said this, so therefore it should be so. I want you to make use of your own perspective too to look into what the market has to play during the process of our week five for the 52 trading weeks, which are for the year 2026. And along the line, also, I want you to make sure you apply proper risk management because that's the longevity of this game. And without that, we aren't traders. Without that, we just, keep watching markets go by and stay on losses. So, next slide is just a brief presentation of what I have for my week five, just my two favorite pairs, GBP USD and Euro USD. So stay tuned. Going straight to business today, I dropped a question and answer series via my social, and I asked what should be looked into for this week for our week five forecast and ahead of week four trade overview. Though I'll be sticking straight ideally with my EU and GU. Now, from our 12 months, I'll be starting with EU first of all. For our 12-month overview, we can see the 12-month overview is actually still on the downtrend and it hasn't yet given us an edge of, let's say, what we should be expecting. Either we're still fully bullish for the yearly structures, but currently I'm citing more of like a bearishness already occurring on our yearly 12-month market overlook or market outlook. So first thing first, I take out my sell side liquidity. Sell side liquidity, and we on this sell side liquidity, we actually targeted this buy side. There's a buy side liquidity up here which was tested. But currently now, since we are actually I'm looking for to short my positions currently on EU. I'll be picking up here. A buy side liquidity has been created already. And if you know the rule, how I pick up my entries from swing low to high, I'll be targeting 50% for my take profits one. So basically, we actually go ahead into our first quarter fully as we just ended the month of January, looking into February. Let's see if February would be something favorable for we traders, and if we're looking into what I actually drew or highlighted, if you are actually following my analysis right from day one, you would you are destined to make profit. Destined to make profit. Now, for my QAQ, someone asked should be looked into flip zones and liquidities. Now, I want you to know where money is seated is where we call liquidities. Like without liquidity, we can't have money. Without liquidity, markets can't move. So this is sell side liquidity. Now, how do we know this is sell side liquidity? If you look in here from what I'm drawing, we had this and we had this down to the top side. So automatically, this zone, market makers did what? They took out buyers who are actually in this market. They took out the buyers who are actually in this market and did what? Drive price higher. There were individuals who were actually buying here, who started buying at this zone, or yeah, buy area. There were individuals in here who actually started buying at this zone, and what do we expect? We always expect market to take them out by eating their stop losses. So before picking up your trade, always make sure one, a liquidity sweep had actually occurred before picking up your trades. Now let's go down into, let me pull this out. Let me pull this out. I want to make this quick as possible. Now, from right here now we see liquidity has been taken up down here. If you look in from the 12-month interface, you see liquidity has been taken off already. And if you go down into the 3 months time frame, you see one, we have from this area, we have I have my change in state of delivery. So I'm not seeing market actually pulling up higher than what it has already, though we'll be expecting a retracement. If you come down into the 1 month time frame, where I picked as my change in state of delivery, this is actually it here already. If you can see it. So from here we have a buy side liquidity which has been taken off. So now sellers are actually in control. We have our change state of delivery here. Actually, here should be a good point of interest. So by Monday or by Tuesday, if market does what? If market breaks higher than this, means this trade is actually invalid. Means this trade is actually invalid. So now, what would I be looking for? I'll be looking for my daily. From my daily, I'll be looking for market to do what? Break this current low. I'm looking for market to break this current low, which should be a change in state of sorry, change of character, which should be a bearish change of character, and I'll be looking for an entry within this zone here. But let's see what market has to do, or what the market makers have to create during the process of the first week of February rather. So now we have our sell side liquidity, our buy side liquidity up in here, and one, we can see we have a very big rejection which is currently occurring. So for the week, for Monday, I actually stopped the market on Monday, but let's see what market has to offer for Monday. And right in here also, I have my CB, my change state of delivery right in here. I have my change state of delivery right in here. And what would I be looking for? I'll be here should be my POI for the new week. So we'll be expecting the next 4 hour candle or the next daily candle to do what? Uh, retest, come back into the zone,
We have this already. So we should be having a rejection around this area down here, then a break lower. So now during the question and answer, my anonymous question series, someone was like, flip zones. He or she needs to know, he or she needs to know more about flip zones. And flip zones are actually areas in which we have pending order blocks or reversal zones of reversal order blocks, which meant to be mitigated, or which was broken, and which should be serving as an area of interest for continuous market movement, either to the top side or to the downside, which depends on where or what structure you're looking at. It can be either on a bearish market structure or on a bullish structure. So I'll be picking in here as my flip zone. We're picking in here as my flip zone. Let's see what market has to do in regards to this. Uh, from the 4 hour time frame, we can see it's more of like a break and retest area. And if we look from the daily, we can see this is actually a fair value gap. This is actually a fair value gap, an FVG. And mere looking in here, this current candle here, we see this current candle doesn't have more of a wick. This current candle is actually wickless. So market should actually come down towards this area, back to my change of state of delivery with a push downwards fully. So this is all for Euro USD at the moment. So let's take a look at GBP USD, which is actually still one of my favorite pairs too. So on GBP USD, I'll be going back into the 12 month time frame and back again. I have to clear up all joins on GBP USD. And if you see, almost same buyers in which GPUSD is actually running is also what EU is also running. They are more of alternates. They actually move on almost the same frequency, depending on what you're actually looking out for. So we have our buy side liquidity, which has been taken off already right here, and we actually have this here too. We have our sell side liquidity taken out already, and one, we have a break in market structure here, which is BMS, a break in market structure here. So now we see we're actually having a rejection to the downside. Now from the 6 month interface, we see one, we have a rejection in here, and currently from our buy side to sell side liquidity, let's draw my fib from low to high. We have 50%. I'm looking out for 50% of this range as my TP. I'm looking out for 50% of this range as my TP, 50% on the higher time frame level. And if you look, even if we even there even look into on the 6 month time frame, we see one. This is actually from this a bearish candle to a bullish candle. You see, there's a rejection, and you have to seek further liquidities down there. And coming down into the 3 months, you see one, we have a sweep already. So we'll be actually expecting or looking for, let me come down into the 4 hours to see what's happening on the 4 hours. One on the 4 hours already. I actually have this same area which we have our buy side liquidity taken. I actually have my change in state of delivery there already. So here is actually a point of interest for me, which I'll be expecting, and we have a break in market structure in here, BMS. So we'll be looking for market to reject or solve from this point of interest. We're looking to short market from this area or from this junction, fixing my XR right above there, and coming down to the weekly time frame, a minute. I'll be shorting down to this area or to this zone. So let's go down to the weekly time frame to see what actually set up there on the weekly time frame. Yes, this is what I'm actually expecting for the weekly time frame. So to not to waste much of our time and hours on this, I'll be calling this a day, and let's see what our week 5 actually has fully to offer for us.
So thank you for going through the presentation. And for this February, I'll be having two presentations every week. I'll be having a bi-weekly presentation for Tuesdays or Wednesday, which should be giving us the main distributive phase of where I feel markets should go down into. And alongside, if you find this video interesting, or if you have any questions or any challenges, feel free to drop a comment. I would respond to that either via TikTok or via Instagram or via the main YouTube page where you have the full presentation of this video. So I want you to have a wonderful week 5, and don't forget, proper risk management is the key longevity to this field. Stay blessed.